we have the smoothie brush. So those of you who know we have it sold out all the time. We have the trio back. Normally they're $22 each. They are about $10 each in this collection. So for those of you who have been waiting and you're already probably placing your order on a $10 easy pay. For those of you who don't, this is the smoothie brush developed by Maria McCool, who works here at QVC with bringing us her amazing tools, but also has a salon that sees about 1,000 clients per week. She brings us these amazing tools that her clients ask for, that her stylists ask for, and a brush is so important when it comes to brushing through wet hair, brushing through tangles, and brushing through curls. And everybody just winced because they went, I just spent so much time on my curls, I would never brush through them. You will with this brush because it flexes both sideways and back and forth, as well as the actual bristles. You will put this in your pool and beach bag to detangle wet hair. You will have this in your shower to blend your hair masks, and you will have it on your vanity to lift your roots like no other brush has ever done, and we'll show you that in just a minute, but also to brush through those curls without losing the curls. You're getting 3, the black, white, and pink. $9.99 as a charge on a credit card. They work out to $10 each instead of $22 each. We have Ashley Shook here. She's been a hairstylist at Calista Tools for, hi, how are you?
Good to see you
In the studio for over 10 years.
Yes.
You've been one of those stylists who says, Maria, I need a brush that will do it all, that's flexible, that I just can't find out there. And she's like, okay, I'll make that for you.
Yes, you are so right. And Maria really hit it out of the park with the smoothie because it really acts more like a multi-purpose tool than a brush. That's because of this flexibility in the spine, both this way and this way, those flexible bristles. This is so important because we were talking about detangling, but really it's also can give you amazing lift when you are blow drying your hair. And in addition to that, each of these little bristles really goes in and massages the scalp, which is so important for your scalp health to stimulate your scalp. So I'm gonna show you here on Cheryl, one of my favorite parts here, showing you the incredible lift that you can get with the smoothie. So because of those flexible bristles, I'm able to maintain a very gentle tension on Cheryl's hair. So how Cheryl got all this volume in is when you get your smoothie brush home, you're gonna take your blow dryer and you're gonna lift your hair just like this and you're gonna blow the air right this way. Those flexible bristles are allowing me to lift her hair and not flatten out her hair. This is going to give her volume all over her head. And like seriously, I feel like she's getting more volumized as I'm brushing through her hair.
Exactly. I was just going to say, it does what a hot tool does without the heat.
Yes, you're spot on. It really does. And that's why I was saying it really is a multi-purpose tool. It's not just a brush. Maria designed it so that when you're blow drying, look at that before and after. If Cheryl dries her hair without the smoothie, it lays really flat. It can look very heavy. But the smoothie, with that gentle tension, it's going in, it's lifting her hair.
We can't even fit
her
hair in the shot.
I know, right?
It's being lifted out of the shot. And that's what we're looking for, especially, if you don't have as much hair, if you have a little bit finer hair, the more lift and volume you can give it, the bigger that it looks.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And with those flexible bristles, they're not going to flatten the hair out like a heavy or stiff bristled brush would.
And it's so comfortable. It really does almost give you like this kind of massage, which is why I like to use it in the shower when I'm doing a mask.
Oh my gosh, that's exactly how I love to use it too, because it is so relaxing. It elevates your shower. It elevates, you just don't want to get out, really.
Right, exactly. So speaking of wet hair, our hair is the most vulnerable when it's wet.
Terry is exactly on. She knows all about the hair here.
Well, I have very fine hair. I'm always trying to grow it out anymore. I mean, half of this is just clipped in fake hair. Well, it's real hair, but you know what I mean. So it means a lot to me because I'm trying to hold on to every single strand of hair that I have, and that's what this is so good for.
Exactly. When your hair is wet, it's in its most fragile state. So I really want you to come in close here because this is such an amazing, you're going to immediately see the detangling power. When you're home, I want you to start from the ends and work your way up. But just to show you how amazing of a detangler the smoothie is, I'm actually going to start at the top of Jen's head here. And I want you to watch as I brush down. First, look at this top part here, how it is just smoothing. The brush is going through her hair like butter. Look under here where she still has some tangles. I am not using a lot of muscle here. I am not forcing this brush through her hair. It is just going through like butter. It is sliding right through. Those flexible bristles are working with her hair, not against it. There's no snapping, there's no tugging, there's no pulling. It's funny, when I was little and I would get my hair brushed, I hated it because I'd be getting my head pulled back.
Right.
I'd have a neck ache, my scalp would hurt, but not with the smoothie. So if you have littles at home like I do,
I was just about to
oh my
say,
goodness.
me too. And every time they're like, Mom, especially if it's wet, you won't start up at the top, even with the smoothie brush. Start down here and then go through the tangles, especially with wet hair. But we just show you this demonstration to show you how easily, like butter, it slides through. But if you do have granddaughters, if you, anybody in your house and you're taking care of their hair, you really want at least one of these. You're getting 3 of them.
Yep.
They would be $22 each. This works out to $10 each. And there's multiple uses. So you might want to share them, or you might want to have one in the pool bag, one in the vanity, and one in the shower. 200 orders have been placed. We have a $10 easy pay to get it home, even if you have a lot of hair.
Yes,
this is going to work for you.
Yes, Marissa has a ton of hair. So if you have a lot of hair, or your daughter or your granddaughter, and you're thinking, how is that brush going to brush through all that Rapunzel hair?
Right.
I'm going to show you. I'm
Rapunzel.
literally going to put all of Marissa's hair in this brush, and it's just falling out as I'm moving, but it's not yanking her hair. It's not pulling on her hair. I'm not breaking any strands. And the best part is I'm not collapsing all these gorgeous curls that she put in her hair.
That's the other thing.
And we're going to show you her before.
Speaking of daughters, my daughters will be like, get away from me with any brush once we've curled my hair, because it takes the curls out. Talk about it looking like she has twice as much hair, by the way.
Even with all this length, you can see she's got all this gorgeous lift at her roots. So it's not like it's only for short hair. Any hair length, you're going to be able to get that lift because of the shape of those bristles and the flexibility of those bristles.
And it's almost like fingering through the curls instead of brushing through them, but in a lot easier way. So look, she's not losing the curls. They're just being
I think they're getting shinier.
smoothed out. Yeah, they're actually getting shinier. And that's what this brush is. So that's why I started out the presentation. I'm like, if you know, you already know. It's back in stock, and we're going to place our order right now because it does really make a great gift, a $10 gift that should be $22 each. But if not, and as you've seen, the smoothie brush really it's great for detangling wet hair. The lift that you get, we started out the presentation.
Look at this lift with Marissa's hair.
If you missed that, as you're blow drying your hair, just use this to lift it up, and you're gonna get that lift. So that's why we do the trio, because we like to share, a good thing, and we also like to have them in multiple places. 22 each brings us to 66 if purchased separately. We are at $30. That's less than half. A 700-400. Thank you so much, ladies. This was so fun. We are going to talk about our today's special value that's coming up in a little bit in the show.